back. I got a cup of coffee. We turn on the YouTube stream. On. Good morning. I am back with a cup of coffee. It is 6:26 a.m. Friday the 13th September. I'm working on hacking hermit crabs still today. This is part of a whole series of my development of the game that I am going to somehow have to condense down into little snippets for YouTube videos, but I've been live streaming things on Twitch. I'm going to keep working on it daily and ship small increments. It's like little iterations. So it's like, get like one game of it working and put it away. Build upon that, have it be like a second game or a second iteration of the game. I'm going to. I don't have audio. Wait, hold on. Okay, I have audio now. And I'm going to quit screwing around and write this function to, when you click on a node, it adopts the new large class for the display. And then when you close it, it goes back to the old one. Simple as that. Just one function to do all that. And so I was going to go in and there's classes in here that I don't need, because on each one of these that gets generated, I have to go into the children classes and change their class names too. And I don't want to do that. So before I write a function to like change all the crab node elements, and like I have screen top bar, then there's just node menu and node help, which these really don't need a class name. It'd probably be better off if I use for these, and I'll get to that point when I'm working on the computer parts of them, is they'll have the ID of there's a problem. There's a problem. See, and this is why I slow down and stop and think about this, is each crab node has let's zoom on this. It opened way too much. It just lagged. Crab node, when it gets generated, it's in front of it. And so I'll have that click. And I'll go in. So class screen has to change to large screen. Character has to change to large character. The image stays. Is that all there is? Is it just top bar that I don't have to mess with? I think so. Screen top bar, node input. So large node input has to change. Okay, I've got it for my own sanity. Crab node becomes large crab node, becomes 0. Okay. I'm not going to mess with the menu IDs yet. That'll be its own function. Each one will, no, all the menus could be the same. It's going to get more complex than that, so I'm not going to mess with it now. That sounds like a good one. So I'm creating all these elements. So first of all, each one of these needs an listener. Crab nodes, dot put, generate node ID. And then right here at append element, I assign crab node to an arena. This is going to be a good. All right, so for cutting this into a YouTube video, here's what I want to do. I have these elements that contain children elements. All of them, when you click on this, needs to be assigned new class names to change all the styles to be large. When you close it, it's going to go back to its old styles. So I could do this kind of messy and kind of brute force. I'm going to use some sort of string mapping thing to make it a little cleaner. Where I just have the strings of these class names. Yeah, so that's how I'm gonna have to do this. That's all it is I'm gonna write this out in comments. So the one I clicked, its class name becomes large crab node. So let's start with that. Just do that one first. So crab node on click, it gets assigned to arena. When it's assigned to arena, it does not have all these child elements in it yet. So at the end though, crab node has everything it needs. Yeah, even the crab image gets added, append child, append child, append child, append the menu to top bar, append to the top bar, append the input the wrapper for crab character and the image. And then I set the ID to this. And now, here, I'm going to create a function for this that takes a crab node. Let me go down. I feel better actually writing something. Accepts a crab node and applies. This way I can do from large to small. Applies large or small class names to the container and children. We're going to go say enlarge or reduce or resize crab node. See, a little bit of thinking here and save myself a lot of headache in the future, I believe. Do one of those. It's going to take a like, am I going big or am I going small? Size could be it's going to be large or small, and then the node itself. So the node, I'm not going to use the word node. Crab node. Crab node's already global at this point in this node container. I should call it crab computer. Resize the crab node. It's like a node. It's computer nodes. Crab in, no. Turn the crab node. Crab node element. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a crab node element and size. 0 for small, 1 large. Large and applies 1 for large or 0 for small as size arg. And applies 1 for large, acceptance element, 1 for large or 0 for small as size arg. A crab node element. comma, or period, home, and say applies class names to the container children. Size specific. Applies class size specific class names to the container. Oh, that doesn't make sense either. Resizing it. It already says that. Resizing it. Already saying resizing. Okay, but it takes that stuff. You go over. Boom, 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 boom. Comma there. Go back up here. We're just going to do, so we're going to do on click. So here, crab node, dot add event there, click. What's nice about this is that I can just do I can call the function. I can call resize crab node here instead of having in this anonymous one. I haven't done this for a minute, so I'm going to do this how I know how to. I think you give a function name, but you don't call it as the second argument. You just give it the function name within the arguments. Like here, I call this, instead of this being an anonymous function, I think I can just call this comma and false as the second argument. But I haven't done with arrow functions. I haven't really done, like raw event listeners where it's returning something so simple. It's doing a lot. So I don't want to go down a rabbit hole of weird bugginess with that. So we're going to call an anonymous function that calls resize crab node. Oh, and I really don't need size. It's always going to be large. And then the large one, I don't need size. At this point, I don't need size. There's just going to be an X on that in the crab on the crab element, and it's going to apply it. Resize crab node. Enlarge crab node. Enlarge the crab node. Thoughtful development. Enlarge the crab node. And you just say crab node. And here, enlarge crab node. Takes crab node element. And does that. See, I can do this. Yeah, yeah, can do that. So I do all this appending. I give it an ID, add event listener, return the crab node there. When enlarged node gets called, we're going to say crab node element dot class name equals large crab node, right? That's what I call it. And that is just that one change. I can test it before doing all the others. I feel like I'm doing something now. It's nice. It's going to go from 70 by 70 to 380 by 380. And we'll have this ready. See if I have any console funkiness going on. So there's that one. Click begin. Ooh, and carb node is not defined. Yep. Yep. I feel like runtime, like compile time and then runtime, I feel like it's still some sort of conflictual, unsolved problem. It's somewhat because it's like I was just working with, been working with the Crystal programming language, and it's compile time stuff. If it can't infer what a type's going to be at runtime, like if it can be nullable or not, they'll throw an error. But you kind of like hint at it that it's not going to be. Then it's just like at this point in the execution of the program, it doesn't know what large crab node is. Can't look and say, oh, I haven't had that declared yet. That's why you wrap this stuff in declarations. Everything's declared, everything's available where it needs to be available. There's much better to explain that, but there are people who could explain that in much better ways. Someone sees this, and you're a developer, I think you'll understand what I mean. And what I'm getting at is I'm within generate node. Generate node doesn't know about large crab node right next to itself. Oh. Oh. Let me try this. Instead of moving that, I think I need to do game dot in large crab node. That's why. Never mind. That's where the whole this thing with JavaScript is still a looming thing. Yeah, I know it's hilarious. Ooh, what in the... Did I click one of them? They're not there. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What happens when I click one? Oh, I know. Go check it out. You cannot call. You can't just call it like this. You're adding the event listener, but then you're like, upon the adding of the event listener, this is why vanilla script is awesome. Upon calling add event listener, it's actually executing the mission. Don't do that. Arrow sign. There's a different way. It's the way I know. Written a lot of vanilla JavaScript, and this is how I know not to shoot myself in the foot when it comes to like event-driven listener stuff like this. And I do need game here because I'm in this one object, game object. Actually, I'm in a generate node function on the game object. All right. Did I just scroll to the bottom when I begin? Hey, there's all my little guys. I never put them in containers. And when I click this thing, it should become huge. Yo. And there's the rest of it. The one I clicked, the only thing that took it's a large crab node, 380 by 380. But crab character got 1090 wide. There it is. Crab node's 1090 by. That's why. Oh, I needed to give it. I gotta give it. These are all IDs. I need to give it the ID name dash large crab node. Dir. Because I want to keep that ID. I don't want to work with classes on them. Crab node ID equals this. Click crab node and the enlarge function. Crab node element dot ID equals. That means enlarge crab node needs to accept an ID. Hold on, I gotta do something fun here. Const ID equals. I'm gonna call this index. Node number. What crab node number is it? What's the crab node number? Node number equals crab node data. This is how you get into this weeds. I would no idea of thinking about how to do this until I'm right in the thick of this. Crab node element, then ID equals backtick, whoop, 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 0, 0, $, ID, crab node number, dash. Yeah, we do dash. And then kind of like almost adding in how it should take a size, because then I have a resize, and on resize you strip everything, you pull out this dash large dash, you just actually just pull out everything and put the same ID number back on it. It's like you're doing the same thing. To do this, make this work for resize too small as well, because dot 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 instead of just enlarge. Save. I'm getting somewhere. I think managers should watch develop videos. It's like all these little things. Oh, I click the text area there, and nothing happened. Let's see if I get console error. No. You know what is? You know what is bad? My CSS styles should be class names. So I don't need to use the IDs. Have the ID still has large crab node as the ID. Just its class name. Make, my goodness, more coffee. Look, all these I kept classes. The only one I'm trying to change, I changed the ID. For crab node. Go to here. Like class. I better hurry up or I'm gonna lose it out of my head. I don't care about the ID. I just go straight to this. In other words, I wrote this because I had it thinking that I needed to use large app node as the ID. Then I realized, oh, these are all unique to each one by index. So all I need to do, and then you pass that in. They still all have IDs, you just change class name. Because the original class name is just crap node, and you're just making it large. I can go one more and just do LG. Might do that. L and S. I don't like using single characters, even though it's self-explanatory. All right, I'm going to click you, and I want you to become large. Look at the beautiful, beautiful large containers. And now I go in and apply large to all the class names. And there's all my notes. All right, I'm picking up momentum. So what's next? Screen. Okay, and here it gets, you call it, it gets this. But you use this node. This is why I thought I needed the IDs. I want the children with a class name screen of this element. Get child element. So I think it's like crab node element dot get child Ooh, let me think about this. Its first child is screen. And then I don't screw with top bar. So I want do all these need a screen ID too? You get this div, and then you get text area. And then you get the crab character area. First get the screen. You know what's interesting? I could do get elements of class name with the index of what the crab node ID is. The number is. Totally that. And the same with all the characters, everything. That's the best way. It's the simplest way. I think it's no need to be like, but this could be Harry. So crab node, its class name was large. So crab node element dot get. Oh no, document dot. Did did I do there in class names? Assign class, assign ID append, get L. You know what? This is way better. So instead of get L, I do, oh, no, I want to reassign this multiple places. Where do I use get L at? Only in one or two spots? This is awesome. So I use it there on line 10 and in every one of these spots. And that's okay. So it's just assigned there, and then I'm going to name this by ID and then by class. That's why you have JavaScript libraries. So all these are going to be by, and then I'm going to do class. Can't believe I didn't add by class up here. Okay, this one is special and not really a generic util because I'm doing this to get all the crab node elements by their index according to their parent containers ID. So it's like by class. I'm not going to put this here. I'm not going to put that there. This is like really generic stuff that I like to keep up there. So this one builds generate a node, right? Instead of resize the crab nodes, it's gonna be, instead of enlarge crab node, it'd be resize crab node. And then here, I'm gonna say by get crab node by class index. By class index. I'm going to have to pass in the index, right? The ID. I can add, I'll by L. I will add by class up here now. There we go. Add the little part. Class, name, return, document dot get elements by class name, save. Then down here, This is this generate node gets a little crazy where it's like, yeah, there could be this object thing and it's abstracted in this. It's already abstracted to this game object enough that it needs to be. And I mean, it's such a specific thing, ways. There's no reason this should be go further. A large grab node, generate grab node takes ID, it returns Tom dot get grab node. Oh, just guess. What the heck did I even? What did I just wrote by class, by, not get. I want a node by the class, and it's gonna take. Oh, 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 oh. Mm-hmm. So this is gonna call. I want. Oh, I have the element here. Mic went out for like less than a minute. Okay. I have to reset my audio. For dot screen, get crab node by class index. It takes the name screen. Oh, no, it does not. Hold on. Class, large screen. Yeah, I'm doing get by class name. And in here, I'm assigning a class to node input, crab character, node input, yeah, and screen right here. So it has the class name. I look it up by the class name ID. I look it up by class name, but it's the index according to the ID of its parent. So screen, get crab node by class index screen. Screen takes the name and the index. Bad when you're tired enough and you don't have your const ID. It's like you just wrote the dang functions that you're calling from just below. So screen equals that. What's the next one I want? What do I want to do with screen? I'm going to say screen dot class name equals large screen. I feel like I need another little helper function that says, I'm going to give you a class name, append the word large in front of it. You know that? Apply large, remove large. I'm not going to go with that for yet. Class name equals large screen. What's next? What class name is next? Who's on the chum block? I don't need top bar. I don't need the menu and help. I need the text area, which is the node input. So it creates a text area with of input. I guess I just wrote this stuff. So okay, screen. This is node input. Const. Node. Say it's a texture game dot get crab node by class index. The class name is node input and the ID. And then text area. Yeah, just switch out the class name. Large node input. Hmm. I have to test if I can do this in one big shot. Um, just game.get crab nodes by class index screen ID class name equals large string. So let me see if I have screen and node input working and the large crab node for its container screen and node input. Boom. Again. Where did I do that? Whoa, I just did something funny in my other browser. Oh, somewhere I'm calling get L right here. I changed it to by L. Save, escape the search, back over, boom, refresh, refresh, begin. There you go. I need to apply the top menu styles to this over here. Oh, whoa. Right now I have 3 large, right? I click this second. It should not be making more. Is it just moving them? I'm glad I didn't dive into like how is this virtual crab driven computer going to work until I get work on UI stuff. Okay. I see what's happening. So that's my first. Now I should have 2 big things. 2 big things. I only have 3. And what happens is this is being pushed down. Something's off with the index numbers. I'll click that one. Look, every time I click this, I get another one. Now they're all huge. If I keep on, and here it ran out of indexes. Oh, it's because I'm using const within the game function. Where'd I just put all that stuff? Right here. ID. On time this calls, this cannot be the same. And then parse and of the crab node element ID. It accepts a node element. A large tab node is on the button click in large crab node. I gave it crab node. All right. Generate takes an ID. It gets passed in here. Let me just try that because I is used for node IDs. I have a stupid comment there. Begin. Ooh, lost my cursor. All right. There's two. Now there should only be 3 large things. Even though this lost its way. You lost your way. So there should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm just getting confused over because these are splitting out. So I'm thinking that there's more than there's not. Like, all of them are large now, right? Oh, so when you click on it after it's large, is that the problem? Yeah, because it's a crab node. Oh, let me check that. Boom. And then they find each other. Look at this. That one can't find its parent. These have their parents. Am I just dealing with? Am I just dealing with a layout thing here? This is doing exactly what it should be doing, but there's funkiness. Yeah, see, they're all good now. They're just pushing. Okay, yeah, elements getting pushed out of the way. All these are small and getting. So go on to do crab area. What do I call the next one? Crab character. Crab image. So it gets the class name. Crab character. I'll be changing that eventually. Not now because I gotta get through this part. I'm gonna do this little text line left up here though on top bar. It's funny that this early on, I'm already starting to screw myself on just this little bit of CS. I mean, this was my test stuff. So if I were to make these, so percentages of its parents and all that, like this, it'd be better, but I can't go there. Dude, okay. You know what? I wonder if there's an issue with const here as well. I don't know. I don't know why I had text line left in the here we go. Game.get crowd node class index by not by text line left by character, and it takes an ID, the ID, and then you just say character dot class name equals large crowd character. Here in a minute, I'm going to take a break and I'm going to pause the YouTube stream and restart it, and I'm going to do a quick refactor on this, and it's going to be a little refactor section within this, whatever these videos turn out to be, where I'm going to go through how I through this, but I know I need to test it first, but how to make this like enlarge crab node thing super like tiny. Because if you see what I'm doing, all I'm doing in adding the word large to the class name. It's easier to have a single class name, and okay, in my opinion, it's easier to single class name than assign it, then like remove this class, add the class. But I could lean towards that, and literally this whole thing could just be to make it small, remove the class name LG to make it large, add class name LG, and I never have to mess with the normal, like, the screen, the class name screen, the class name node input. I never have to mess with those. I'd only have to look up each one by its index in the DOM. There could be some really clever ways to do this as far as just the HTML, because I could say, look, I know I have these divs and these ordered over and over, but it's not good to have to rely on that. I mean, just like, like these HTML elements are never going to change. As soon as you add one in this, then it goes down. But here a second, what I want to do is have a function that adds or removes large dash on class names. And for each one of these, I'm pretty sure I can say like game.getNodes by class index, screen, the ID, and whether to make her small. And then resize function, or change class name function returns the added one or the one where it's removed. Back is itching. So let me test. Okay, I got the crab character. The last thing is just the image. I think that's really throwing me off too. Is that I can't tell when I'm clicking them. Is are the correct child items being enlarged? So here we go. What next one? I did just did crab character. All I need now is the image. An image doesn't have create an image element. Crab images don't have a class name. Then that was it. So get element by tag name. I'll just do that instead of it doing more of these. No, I want it to have a class. Yeah. Oh, wait. I don't need it. I don't need to get the images. CSS is already taken care of it because image within crab character. I'm done. That means I'm done. I'm done with these four. There's the parent. Here's the screen. The input. And the little crab character action. It's easy. So if I refresh, begin. Please stay together. Oh, look at you, beautiful. Look at you, beautiful. And this is where you screw up. I need to do some logging then here. Look. Chaos. I need to do some logging. I need, yeah. Oh, can't set that one. Can't set that one. Can I set properties of undefined? Because it can't find. It's looking for. I'm clicking the same one over and over, and it's looking for. It's looking for. Trying to find elements with those class names that don't exist. If I find the right one, they'll all even out. Say, oh, you this, and look, well, there's one hiding here, here. Where do you belong? Oh, It's just like the way they're playing. So, first of all, I'm passing it. I need to make sure it's correct on each charge crab node gets called. And the problem is ID is this, and I'm saying, hey, look up screen at here. Look up node input at here. So they screw up when I click them twice. But pretty much name, index, ID, passed in here, get by class index, takes the name and the index. And I get that from the element ID, passed in as the argument at 0. I know. I know why I'm off. You know why? Because this one here, this is awesome. This one here is extra. The class names are off. You click the first one, can't find. Save. Boom, boom. Begin. There they all are. There's the first one. Screws up right away on the second one. Alright, I'm doing some console logging. So 0. So where did it... Is it not getting... I just hit back. Block the future. Wood. This gets one data node. Oh my. Yo. I'm parse inting on... Hold on, it's break time. I'm gonna go over some craziness. I'll reset the mic now so I don't lose it. I'm back and I messed up because I did not pause the YouTube stream on that. Like almost 15, 20 minutes. So I'm just counting on the YouTube part. So I'm at 1 hour 39 minutes on there. So 140. Starting to a new YouTube section. Note stuff. All right, next section. After I like allergy stuff steps. All right. There's two things that's going to happen in this little bit. Is I'm going to show how I can refactor the code that I just wrote down right away and do something nicer, and that's correct, and where I made just a silly logical mistake of like, oh, I've got 16 elements on a page, and they're all have IDs 0 to 15. Get me this certain one with this element ID. And within using, so right here, crabnode.id, using this number, I can say, well, if you give me, if I look up by class name, then, the elements that are named, like right up here, I assign these class names, screen top bar, crab node, assign class, crab node, right? Create a div, assign the class, crab node. So if you get elements by class name, crab node, at a certain index, I'll have the one that I want because I'm looking them up. Crab node I look up by ID. I assign at the end the ID right here. ID dash crab node. But it has the class name crab node here. It has the class name screen here. These spans I don't touch. I do look up this text area. It's like, hey, there's 16 on the page. Give me element by class name, elements by class name, text area. Oh, am I pounding the wrong? I think I found another thing. So then down here, ID equals parse int. The ID name which I get from this crab element. So .id, which is assigned right here on 101. Give me ID at 0 index. Well, when you get to the 10th, when this is 10 or 11, it's cutting off the first character, and it's not getting the whole number. Dumb. I like saying dumb, but silly. So that's a flaw. So you get for staying up all night. That's what I get for staying up all night. Those things that happen in software. That's why I'm talking about it. It's like easy logical fix. That's not all. And I'm making sure that's not all. And so fixing this, but then I realized so I stepped through this to like get it all working. But I can essentially go through these and just call get crab node by class index. Here's the class name. Here's the ID. Screen, node input, crab character. Node input is this text area. So I create a text area element here. I assign it the name node input. Crab character, yep. So what I'm seeing is that, so this is the result of what I'm trying to get at. This is the result of, I have less than 150 lines, bunch of white space, bunch of comments. It's probably 80 lines of code. And some of it's not being used. There's like 20 of that is some utility functions up here. DOM utilities, setup stuff, and I'm just taking a review here. Like all these cons that are global also could be part of game. And so then begin button, these event listeners can be added in there. I'm not using game stats yet in the HTML file is going to be down to like 40 lines. But what I'm getting at is when you generate a bunch of DOM elements and then you need like hands on them, IDs and claims, and you need an order or anything like that, it gets hairy. This is vanilla JavaScript, and here's the thing, it's simple. I've got 60 lines of code. But hold on, I'm going to go on further. So first of all, get crab node by class name, by class index, okay? It takes a name and an index. I'm going to put in a little helper right here. Parse crab ID from name. No. Just parse crab ID. Takes an ID name. It's going to be a clever one-liner, probably, that, whatever for now. Is ID name dot split at if I split these at the dashes, the first element of that split array is going to be my number. So split at dash. I'm sure there's got to be like JavaScript code out there that hey, Lego Logic 16, I didn't know anyone was here. I don't know if you're still here. What can you do aside from employment if you have programming skills? I'm not sure what you mean. Aside from employment, if you have them, if you have programming skills, like so then other than work and program, is that what you mean? Anyway, I'm working on a really kind of quirky thing, all in vanilla JavaScript. Oh, like in terms of earning money. So if so you do have programming skills or you don't. What can you do aside from employment if you have programming skills? To earn money? Oh, like using sorry, I've been up for a long time. I get what you're saying. I think I get what you're saying now. Is yeah, you realize you just hate working for someone. Um, I've worked in like enterprise big companies for like almost 10 years. And yeah, I hate the scrum meetings. And like just recently, in the last 6 months, I was lucky, got like on a few contracts, short term ones I found myself. Um, there's lots of avenues, but there's lots of risk, especially like if you're trying to go out on your own. Um, one thing I found, like especially in this like state of like software jobs and devs and stuff, is like there's a lot of areas, like real niche areas that are like healthcare's one, like IT and healthcare and things that are really stable. Like if you get like one thing, like you narrow your focus um, as a developer. Um, like there's a lot of need and there's a lot of real bad like legacy um, like legacy and experienced teams, unorganized teams, like they don't even know what Scrum is. Um, and like they're just catching up to like the world and the trends and things. So I don't know, like if you have a lot of experience in just like a business setting and you say like, oh, I've worked as a software engineer, I'm looking to segue into something, it's like maybe look at management or like product take like look at not being a manager if you don't like management, but like product development type management stuff, even like business insight stuff. The estimates and deadlines killed my love for programming. Yeah, yeah. That's why I'll try. Like I'm building this quirkiest, weirdest thing. It was supposed to be for a game jam a couple weeks ago. It was only 3 days, and I worked on it for like a day and a half, and uh, wasn't able to like complete it and turn it in. It's like hacking hermit crabs, and you're gonna have. It's like so. The theme of the game was big things that get small and small things that get big. So for some reason, hermit crabs came to mind, and like these hermit crabs all have these little computers, and they have to program them to like feed themselves, and then they get bigger and bigger shells, and it's just like. And here's the thing: have what will end up being like 50 lines of HTML, like 100 lines of CSS, and one JavaScript. Um, I like I wrote vanilla JavaScript like a long time ago, and just like totally old school, and start doing it again. I mean, it can be so simple. And right now, I am working on like a really dumb. This is just a bunch of DOM generation, element generation stuff. That's why there's like no HTML. All this just gets generated. But I'm working on like a really dumb thing that I did with parsing out this ID. So I'm gonna do that a little bit real quick. But yeah, there's there's a lot about depending on where you're at in the world, and um, I'm in the United States. There's a lot of programs right now where it's like you can go and change careers like within 6 months to a year. And like healthcare is a big one that I've been looking at. Like you can get paid. It's like what the crabs do. The crabs don't do anything yet. Um, oh, what did they do? Like to deserve to be hacked, or what do they do in the game? So actually, zoom way in. Actually, looks like one of these. This is gonna be an actual little mini virtual computer in the DOM in the browser, and these little guys. Well, you as the player, there's going to be commands, and I don't know what that looks like yet and how this little computer is going to work, but they're going to program themselves into growing their little community. And like, okay, so one person, here's my whole, I'm trying to do this in like a couple days. Yeah, I'm sorry about my audio. It's because I'm using Bluetooth mic and my setup kind of sucks. Um, so this is going to be a little like virtual computer, and they're all networked, and the crabs have to feed themselves and then get bigger and bigger shells. It's just a really quirky idea. Um, but I'm trying to just like do a very simple thing of it in a couple of days in like vanilla JavaScript just for fun. So let me fix this little thing as that. But yeah, a lot Lego logic, if you're still there. I would I would program for thanks, Farno. I don't know if you caught it. It was for a game jam where big things get small and small things get big. I just didn't do it, and then I was like, I'd go back to that. I have a lot of ideas for it, but I just don't have time. It'd be really cool. Here's what I think. Here's what I think is that the hermit crabs that are like technologically advanced or rely on technology, right? And so they use machines, they program machines to go get their food and things for them and to bring them shells and water, and they're going to have like little health meters and stuff. Right now I'm trying to fix like this crazy UI stuff. I'm trying to design out the UI so all that's there, so then I can just implement this like background logic on how all their little computers are going to work. I just started on this like last night and then like weeks ago for very very little code that's doing a lot so far. So it's kind of cool. Get crowd node by class index. That takes that. That takes that. Yeah, and I don't like it may sound crazy. I didn't even know like Twitch existed till like this last April. I have like a 13-year-old son. I'm like, what is Twitch that you're going on about all the time? And I found there's a bunch of like software people streaming and stuff, and started getting into it. And I don't really have a good set. I've got like good machines and things like that for dev stuff, but not for streaming audio and video all at the same time and all that. So eventually, I'm gonna get a nice setup, nice camera, all those things. Right now, I'm just kind of do it for fun, stay busy, and uh, I work in like enterprise software, so um, like very serious, boring business stuff. Um, what's the mic? It is a POC piece of crap. Like it's probably like a $20 Bluetooth mic. I would use a headset, but it's just yeah, it's a, my I have a Bose headset that's also Bluetooth, um, and it just I need a wired connection. Creating my own ad hoc framework is cool. It's just JavaScript, but yes, I've used like I've used like every front end framework, and I know I can write this how I want, just straight up. And here's the thing: is there'll be like there'll be like less than 100 lines of HTML, and what I need on the screen, I'm just like create element, give it an ID, give it a class name. Hey, do I need that thing to move? I know where it's at on the page by its ID, by its class name, and boom. And I can do what I want with it. Right now, I'm fixing a stupid bug that I wrote like 20 minutes ago, and big crackles when I speak. I might have too much gain on it. I'm really close. I could back up, but yeah, that sucks to hear. Thank you for letting me know. I monitor from another machine next to me. Oh yeah, I can hear now. I dropped the volume a little bit. Maybe it's not hopping as bad, but no, it just sucks. It's just bad equipment. I even have like an EQ on it, and but yeah, our software gain. I'm just using OBS. Well, how are you, Fernov, on this Friday morning, Friday the 13th? I parse, if I split at this dash, first dash, that means 0 is now my ID I want. And then instead of this, ID equals parse crab ID. Yeah, I'm in like um, the southern Midwest. I'm like just below Indiana in uh, like northern Kentucky. Yeah, it's 8:30 a.m. here. Okay, so crab ID takes the ID name, which was the, the crab node element dot ID. Yeah. Right. I have like sometimes meetings at 9 p.m. Um, with people that are, yeah, the West Coast. That 3 hour difference is, for me, is a little bit weird. So, what country or time zone you in then? Crab ID takes crab node element ID, not the just the ID name itself. Save. Go over here. Console log ID. Refresh. And it can't find something. Game dot save. Oh, cool. I have some coworkers and things that, some my audio is bad, but some of that it could be like network stuff. I'm using Restream, which is streams to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I think there's a lot lost in that network travel, but now I'm working on that, and uh, yeah, I have worked with a lot of good friends from some good friends that live down the street too. Um, we all talk all the time. Some of them are, one owns a store down the street from me, and then like his son, his brother, his uncle, they're all software engineers too. So we talked about code and things. So what I'm trying to do is each one of these little things, check this out. I inspect this. Each one of these I call a crab node, and then I assign it like this is 0 dash crab node, 1 dash crab node. By as each one gets generated and rendered to the page. And basically, this is the purpose of what I'm doing. I want to be able to one and it gets big, so I can with it, and then you close it, and like, hey, I'm going to open this one, I'm going to open this one, I'm going to open this one. So I do have like this. This is kind of cool though. I've got, there's no commands yet, but I mean, you can type into there. But anyhow, doing straight to only Twitch gets you down to 2 to 5 seconds of stream delay. With a relay like that, you get up to 10-15 seconds. I'm gonna have to start doing that because I really don't get much out of using the restream. I only do it so, and like I don't take the time to like cut YouTube videos and stuff. I would like to start doing that.